door to door, but we're the neighbours' children that you've seen before. We're the neighbours' children that you've seen before. Love and joy come to you, and to you I will sell too. God bless you and send you a happy new year. God send you a happy new year. I have a little purse, it's made of leather skin. I need a silver sixpence to line it well within. I need a silver sixpence to line it well within. Love and joy come to you, and to you I will sell too. God bless you and send you a happy new year. God send you a happy new year. There she is, the lovely Kate Rusby singing our Here We Come a Wassailing song this morning. And for you, it is Tuesday, the 12th of January. I'm losing track, but for me, it's still Sunday. And you can see I've got my coat on and my scarf because all this week we're trying to get out and about and have a look at some of the trees and see what nature's doing at this time of year, when you might think that nothing's happening, that everything's asleep. Well, it's not. And today we're going to go out into my the garden at the front of the house and have a look to see if we can find any signs of life, any signs that nature is continuing to do its wonderful thing, ready for spring. And you know, this week I've been inspired by my new book, my almanac. I wonder if any of you have ordered this yet. Published by the National Trust. It's really, really good. And I'm now having a look at the page inside my almanac that's all about outdoor adventures. And I'm going to read to you the little bit about plants, because it tells you what you can be spotting even in deepest, darkest January. January, of course, falls on the knuckle, 31 days. I'm going to keep testing you on that because I want you to remember it. So here it is. It's telling us the kinds of things that we can look out for even at this point in January. It says, if you go out into the garden, the park, or the woods near where you live, you will see signs of new life even on the darkest day. In colder northern regions, that's where we are, plants take longer to appear. Whilst down in the south, you might see daffodils as early as the 1st of January. And that's interesting that it says that, because it is colder where we live up in the north to further down in the UK, where it gets warmer a little bit earlier. And my sister lives in London, and she sent me a photograph. She'd been to the Olympic Park for a walk in London. She's really lucky. She lives really near the city centre. And she sent me a photograph of some daffodils in full bloom. Well, my daffodils are nowhere near. I can't even see them yet. I mean, we'll double check when we go outside. But if you've got relatives who live further south, they might be seeing some of the earliest flowers starting to come through. Aha, but these flowers you might already be able to see. I don't have any of these. Snowdrops are already in bloom in January. Their tiny white and green heads look so delicate, but they are strong enough to survive the coldest weather, even snow and ice. So even though they're teeny and beautiful and delicate looking, they're really sturdy plants, and they're usually the first flowers that we see in at some point through January. So do keep a lookout for those. They'll be quite low to the ground, with some lovely, oh look, there's a picture of them right down at the bottom there under the fox. That's what they look like. See if you can see any snowdrops. Other plants are quietly peeping out of the damp, dark ground too. Hazel catkins can be seen hanging from the trees. I don't have a hazel tree, so I can't look for those. Even before the leaves start to show their roots. Sometimes little yellow primroses start to appear now. Now, I do have some primroses. Our primroses, we took them from my husband's parents' garden, and they lived in Dorset. And we brought them up here to Yorkshire a long time ago, and we planted them under the holly tree. So we'll have a look to see what's happening with our primroses. I don't think I've seen any flowers yet, but this is what we're looking for. In the middle there, primroses. They're also an early flowering plant. So I'm going to get my hat on. My daughter tells me I can do this, so we'll see if she's right. I'm going to press pause on this video and then unpause it, because it's a little bit of a walk to the front garden, which will be a bit boring for you to watch. And then I'm going to unpause it, when I get out into the front. So, are you sure this is going to work, Elise?
Yeah.
She says yes. Let's trust Elise. All right, I'm pressing pause and then I'm going to unpause. I'll see you in a minute. Has it worked? As if by magic, I'm now in my front garden. Oh, could you hear the pigeon, the wood pigeon calling? See if he does it again. He's going for it. I love the sound that wood pigeons make. We have a lot of them here because we live near the woods. Quite a lot of the bigger birds because we heard the crows last time. So you find me outside my house. He's going again. Outside a holly tree. So I'll just turn my camera around so you can have a closer look and we'll see if we can see any berries. So the first thing is a holly tree evergreen or deciduous? You should know by now. It's evergreen, and that's why we use it at Christmas. For all the reasons that we talked about before about evergreen trees being a really strong symbol of life continuing. So I'll turn my camera around. Let's have a look. Here we go. Here he is, our lovely holly tree. Now I think the birds, it did have quite a few berries on earlier this year, but I think the birds have helped themselves because it's so important that we feed them at this time of the year because the ground's quite frozen. I found one. There's a berry that the birds have yet to find. And if I have a look around the other side, oh look, there's some more. Marvellous, and even some more down at the bottom. So we have our holly tree, and our holly tree is still doing what it does and just carrying on, and it's even starting, can you see that? To grow some new leaves. You can see the spring green there of some of the leaves. Now I've looked underneath and I can't really see much evidence of our primroses, but I did find under this deciduous bush here. Now then, can you see that properly? Not sure you can. Here, just here. These are the primrose, the little yellow plant. These are the leaves of the primroses. And right in the middle there, can you see? There is a new shoot. So hopefully our primroses will come at some point soon. I wanted to show you this tree. It's right in the middle of my garden. If I move around. And this is a willow tree, and I love our willow tree because it produces, remember the pussy willow that I bring in sometimes to show you, and I sometimes have it on my desk, those really, really soft buds of the new leaves. This is the tree that produces them, and if we look closely, it looks like nothing's happening, but on the branches of the trees, can you see here, these are the buds that will open up to become the soft pussy willow, and then they'll make the new leaves for spring. And every single branch of my willow tree has got those buds, and look, can you see? Here we've got one that's just starting to open, and that lovely soft white of the pussy willow is coming through. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely marvellous. And if I look round, there's quite a few of those. There's another one here, look. So nature is doing its thing. It really, really is. Let's just have a look over here. This is a great tree with a lovely name. This tree is called, or it's a shrub really, it's called a camellia, and we try to make the camellia go over and form an arch, not always successfully. So evergreen or deciduous, it's evergreen, and the camellia is a great plant because it has very early flowers and they are the brightest pink. So if we have a look around here, you can see it doesn't look much yet, but the buds of the flowers that will open and be bright pink are already starting to form. Look at that. So the promise of spring and the promise of new life, we just have to look for it. So I hope you've enjoyed my little outdoor exploration. I certainly have. It's been nice to get out this Sunday morning. Now it's your turn, and it's your turn to look for deciduous trees, fruit trees, evergreen trees, and any signs of new life and of the promise of spring coming that you can. So happy day to everybody. Have a really lovely Tuesday. Work hard in all of your learning at home or at school, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.